Spinaway. It's, of course, a Grade 1, $300,000 purse for 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs. It's a stretch out for all of these. And the race, again, boils down to the horses that came out of the Schuylerville earlier in the meet and the Adirondack at the beginning of the meet. And it comes down to pace scenario. And I want to take a look at the horses who were first and second in each of those races. I think those are the ones with the real chance in here. Sassy Image came out of the Adirondack. A decent effort in there. She does have some finish in her. She's sneaky fast. If you look at her fractions, it looks like she's not going to be able to keep up early. And because the Adirondack was a slower race, it looks like she doesn't have that much of a chance in here unless she moves forward. But if you look at her actual fractions in the race, she did run significantly quickly. She seemed to be like 7th or 8th position, but she was right on top of the pace, and her actual fractions are rather quick. So I think she has the ability to stay close, which she's going to need to do. The horses, the other horse coming out of the Adirondack is worst case scenario. What can you say so far? She's done nothing wrong. She's undefeated. She's a speed type. I think she's the speed of the speed here, and she's got the favorable outside draw, which allows her to position herself and watch what the other horses do, particularly Hot Dixie Chick, who we'll get to in a minute. Worst case scenario, they're perfect as long as it's proven that they're not. So she's going to get a good trip. She's undefeated. She's fast. She's going to be at least pressing the pace, if not prompting or leaning right onto the leader. And that's an ideal pace scenario. So you've got to give her a good chance. But the reason I like the horses better that are coming out of the Schuylerville is that it's been a longer layoff. And one reason I say that is Beautician, who ran in the Schuylerville, ran second, was entered in the Adirondack and then scratched out because her trainer thought she hadn't had enough time. So that's telling me, well, of course, these are 2-year-old fillies, so they are going to need some time. Beautician, great middle move in the Schuylerville, had to check. Not surprising that she didn't win. She can run faster than she did in there. She seems to have a good deal of improvement in her. She's a bit flexible and versatile. She can stalk. She can come from middle of the pack or the head of the chase pack. If there's any kind of pace duel, and it looks like there will be, she's going to get a great trip. Her chances really depend on whether one of the top two can impose their pace scenario on the other. And the other of the top two, the one we haven't discussed, and the one that I truly like in here, and I think will be close to odds on, is Hot Dixie Chick. And in the 2-year-old filly division, and you see this in the Breeders' Cup every year, short-priced favorites win a lot because there's just such a wide gap in quality between the top 1, 2, 3 horses and the rest. And Hot Dixie Chick looks like one of those. Her win in the Schuylerville was commanding. I mean, she just took over when she wanted, widened out, and she did the same thing in her maiden win before that. Got 100 or above Beyer in both of those races. Highly unusual for a juvenile filly, even this time of year or any time of year. She is on the rail. That's going to allow her to rate if necessary. If worst case scenario decides to press her or cross over on her. Or try to box her against the rail. She does have the option of rating. She is capable of it. She's just the fastest one in here. I'd have to see it to see her get beat. There are quality fillies in here, but Hot Dixie Chick is the standout.